So now that we actually have access to our Openshift using their RHC tool, we're going to try and actually upload your application to the Openshift account that you have. So I'm going to show you how to do this. And I just started out by clicking my current application because I just want to show you how to create it. So I'll just delete this guy again. I don't need him anymore. I want all my gears free. You have 3 gears on Openshift available for you, only 3. And then you have to pay for more if you need more. So you might end up deleting your applications now and then. Now the full stack application will take 2 gears on its own. And the reason is that, as I understand, there's some load balancing, meaning that it can figure out if too many people hit one part of the gear, it'll switch to the other one. So you kind of have 2 servers load balancing whenever there's a lot of work going on. Now when that is deleted, everything is cleared again, and let's try to see if we can actually upload this. So I'll find my application first, and then I'll show you the steps we have to go through. JS, web apps, course planner, there we go. I'll do the gear just to make sure I'm in the right place, and then let's open up our beautiful full stack here. There we go. Doesn't matter where I end up. I'll scroll to the top again, and here is a step that we call Angular-fullstack Openshift Deployment. We'll go down there, and it explains to us how we will deploy to Openshift. You'll write this command right here. So we'll do that now and see what happens. I'll just do Openshift right here in the console, and this will take a time because we're actually creating an application on Openshift now, but not only that, we're starting to upload the course planner. It's asking for what do you want to call it, and I'll call mine course planner is fine. I'll just keep that name. I could put in any name. Now it'll do a lot of things. It'll make sure that Openshift is available. It'll make sure there's no apps there. There's space. I haven't used all my 3 cogwheels. I only have used 1. Right now it's actually 0. And it's going to create right now a cartridge with Node.js and a Mongo database on it. Just like the one we used locally. It's exactly the same thing. It's duplicating it to the live environment now. So in a second, in some minutes, we're going to have our application running on the live environment. Now, it might fail. I've experienced that a few times because of low connection, something like that. But if that happens, I'll show you how to solve it. I'll just let this guy run his course and get back to you guys later. So now that it's done downloading, trying to create this, it actually pops up here and says host key verification failed, could not read remote repository. So let's try to run one more command before I go really crazy and try to figure this out on my own. We'll try and do the grunt build control to try and push this to Openshift again. So I tried to run the Openshift control and I failed again. What to do next? Well, I have to say this is a Windows machine, and I don't know why, but there are a few things that just makes this harder on a Windows machine. So I'm pretty sure that the problem is something very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and remove everything from the dist folder here. That's actually the folder that we are uploading from. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check out everything back into the dist folder. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to do a git clone. Oh, I need to go into the dist folder. cd dist. There we go. And then I'm going to do a git clone, and then I want to download the entire project from up here down locally. And I have an SSH address here that I can use. I'm under the course planner, and when I'm on that one, it actually shows me the address for this guy. And maybe this will work for us to pull out the code and do it manually. Let's try that. So I'll clone this Git repository, and let's see if it works. The problem could be that I just don't have the SSH key to actually pull and push from Openshift. But it seemed that everything got down here. Let's have a look at what we actually got. In the dist there is a setup here of all the things that we have on the cloud right now. Now what I'll do is I'll copy all of this. I'll actually cut it. I'll remove it into the dist folder, and then I'll try to delete the course planner and all these guys except for the Openshift and the Git folder here. I'll delete everything, okay? And then I'll do what we call a grunt build. A grunt build. That will recreate the actual project inside this guy. And since I already have access now, it seems that I can at least clone the code down. Hopefully I can also manually push the code back up to OpenShift. At least that's what I'm going to try now. And if that works, then afterwards I feel that we'll be able to do it using the build control in grunt. What will happen here when I did the build? Well, let's run over that while we're waiting for it to complete. It's actually minifying the code, it's building everything we need. It ends up with a client and a server and a package.json, which is enough for us to run this on OpenShift. So let's try to go in there, go into the dist folder. We'll do a git status to see what's different. And now you can see something has been deleted and something has been added. So what I will do is actually I'll try to do, like we did in the last lessons, I'm going to try to do a git add everything. I want to add everything up there. And it fills in a lot of data here. That's the entire setup. I'll do a git status again to see that everything is added. Here we have it. And now I'll do a git commit to commit everything. AM means commit all with the following message. Initial commits. Now it's all added. And the last command I'll do is a git push. And let's see if we then can get access to our actual setup here. And it starts now trying to push the code. So the lines you're seeing here is actually remote information from OpenShift telling you that I pushed all this code, it's up there now, and I'll start doing things. I'll start pulling down these NPM libraries that we need. I'll start building the code. I'll do a lot of things for you to make this code run now. One of the things it'll do is it'll also pull down all the NPM libraries we need. Everything will be ready, and then here you'll see now it's preparing a build for deployment. So now it will prepare to actually deploy this, and if we're lucky, it's starting the application, listening on the port, and it seems to be running now. So let's see if there's any different up here now. Now I know the road here to do this was kind of long and scary, but after this we should be able to not only see our application, now it's up here, we should actually also be so lucky that from now on, whenever we make a change, we should only have to write build control, and grunt build control and everything should be running.